Hi, and welcome to episode 23 of the Guy Who's Host podcast. My name is Sean, and this is my weekly podcast where I share my quilting adventures. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for checking out this podcast. I hope you enjoy it. And if you're one of my returning viewers, thank you so much for returning. It is always great to see you come back each and every week. But before we get into the works in progress, I just wanted to mention that yesterday was actually 6 months since I posted my first podcast. I have had a great time doing this over the last 6 months. It's been a blast. I've made a lot of friendships, and I am so excited that it's been 6 months already. And so I look forward to the next 6 months and beyond. So, works in progress. Been a very busy boy this week. I've tried to get a lot done, and I feel I succeeded pretty well. One of the big things I wanted to show you was the solar flare quilt. Last week, I believe we showed you that I had done 3 panels out of the 8 interiors. And I'm just showing these real quick because you've seen these before. And I'm excited to show you some more that I've done during the week. So there's that one. And this one. And they're all going to go together in a big circle, but we don't put this together until the very end. And then that one. I love all the colours. I mean, they're bright, they pop out. You know how I am with bright colours. And so the great thing is all 8 interiors are now done. So I'm super excited to show you that's all done. And so that's been my main work in progress that I've been working on this week. And then the other one that you've been watching me do a lot is the Scrappy Diamond. And just as a recap for anyone that's new or wasn't here last week, this is what I did the previous week, and I was hoping to get another row done. However, this is as far as I got. So we've made progress. We're about two-fifths of the way across. So next week we should be able to see more progress on that. So that is it for works in progress at the moment. I do have some finished projects that I do want to show you later on in the episode. But now it is time for our week in review. This is a weekly thing where I just show some of the clips during the week of me sewing and other things, so I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the week in review video. If you are enjoying the video so far, I would love it if you give the video a like and a thumbs up. It does help me out immensely. So, just a few quick announcements. Last night I was on a live with Stephanie Stitches, Saturdays with Steph, where I taught everybody how to make a bowl cozy. These are great gifts. They're really fun and easy to put together, and I think it took us about 30 minutes, and that was with me showing everybody how to do it. So definitely something fun to do. I also put out the t-shirt quilt video, the third part where we actually put the quilt top together. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out and you're interested, definitely do that. And I do have some upcoming videos planned. I recorded the third step of the So Sweet Puzzle Mystery Quilt this week, and I hope to get that up this week. And if all goes well, I'd like to get the next part of the t-shirt quilt series up and running either this week or next. So stay tuned and definitely check those out when they go live. Last week I also mentioned that myself and some other content creators are going to have a Scrappy Challenge in mid-July. That was not a typo. I'm giving everybody plenty of time to get their blocks together, because what we're going to do is everybody's going to go ahead and pre-make their blocks, and then we're going to assemble the blocks on that night or afternoon together. There were a few questions that I had heard during the week, which I think were great, as to what pattern we're going to use and everything else. The participants are free to use whatever pattern they want, what size they want, what fabrics they want. The only restriction is that I asked them to use scraps or leftover yardage rather than go out to the store and buy it. So everyone's doing something a little different. And it's also great to see that some of the creators have already started talking about it, and even started sewing blocks and choosing and so forth. So definitely keep an eye out on that, because it's going to be a great event. For those of you who've been here a while would know, my podcasts are roughly between 8 to 10 minutes long each week. But you probably also know that it takes me a little bit longer than that to actually record it, edit it, upload, and so forth. So here is my question to you. I'd like to hear your guesses on how long you think it takes me on average each week to produce one of these episodes. So sadly, no mail call this week. I was hoping to get some more tulips, but they're still working their way through the postal system, so hopefully this week we'll see some of those come in. So now let's move on to one of the more exciting parts of my podcast, the finished objects. I always love finished objects because it means I actually completed something. And so the first one is the Clue 3 of the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, and this is one of the blocks, and then there's actually two of these, and then two of these. It is a little longer down here at the end. I'm supposed to trim it. That is perfectly normal, and it was in the instructions, so don't panic about that. So Clue 3 is done, and I'm hoping to get Clue 4 completed fairly shortly. As I mentioned earlier, we did the bowl cozy. This is the one that I made on the live last night, and it turned out really nice, and it's going to go into my collection. And we use those things all the time. And then if you saw the t-shirt tutorial, you've already seen this, but the quilt top for the t-shirt quilt is done, and I just love how it turned out. Hopefully you can see that, and I'll post a picture up here real quick so you can see it in a little more detail. And so that is great. I'm so happy this quilt top's done. I've already purchased the backing fabric for it, which is right here. Just bear with me one moment. It's red. It has a little bit of texture to it, which I think you can see there. And so I think that's going to look really nice on the back side of this yellow. And so that's that. And then finally, for the Scrappy Challenge that I was just talking about a couple of minutes ago, I've went ahead and made my first panel, which is a little ice cream bar. And so my plan is to have ice cream popsicles like this, and then ice cream cones as well, into a little quilt, which is going to be a doll-sized quilt, or a wall hanging, whatever you want to call it, about 24 by 24, because that's the requirements for the quilt that would go onto the show that I want to enter. So that is all of my completed projects. I'm so happy with everything I got done. And then the next thing I wanted to talk about was my goals. I think I've achieved my goals over the last couple of weeks. I didn't talk about it last week because the episode ran long as it was. So for this week, my goals are going to be get some more progress done on the Scrappy Diamond, and then get some more of these ice cream blocks made, and then the Java box I got, the batiks from Cotton Cuts last month, I still have not picked a pattern for that yet. I'd like to go ahead and do that this week as well. And so that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining me on my 6-month anniversary episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. I always love hearing your comments, so definitely leave me a comment. Hit the like button if you liked it. And we'll see you all around for the next video. Have a great week. Bye.